Good morning. Good morning. I'm back. It's me, Donna Vee, and it's story time with Donna Vee. Good morning, everyone, and happy Monday. It is November 2nd. What? November already. November 2nd. I hope you guys had a great Halloween weekend. I know I did, and I'm so excited to be back. So, good morning. Today we are going to start with lots and lots of gratitude. That's right. Today's letter is the letter G. And one of my favorite words that starts with the letter G is definitely gratitude. And I love waking up and having so many things to be grateful for. Like you guys being here when we're together Sunday through Friday. And we are live on Facebook and Periscope and, of course, YouTube. Good morning, Frank Simon. So nice to see you here. So excited. And I know you probably already know the letter for today is G. I can't wait to see what sentence you come up with for this morning. I know, like I started to say, that I am completely grateful that you're here and that I'm here with you. And today is quite windy outside. I am on the East Coast of the United States while my brother starts his journey from Texas coming home today. He will be driving through so many different states, and I am watching the wind and listening to it whip around outside because we are experiencing some very windy weather. I know it's pretty wild. It's beautiful though. So I'm sure that lots of leaves will be falling off the trees today with the help of the wind. But let's get started with some stretches. And I know that you know one of the newest things that we've been doing for the past few weeks is adding in the ASL alphabet. I have this amazing book, and Dina the Deaf Dinosaur, where we learn our ASL alphabet. So let's start by stretching our hands out and our imaginations and our minds by actually reciting the alphabet together. And I think you could see that. And let's try it out together. You ready? Here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. That's pretty good, right? Telling you, the more that we practice, the better we'll be. Oh, good morning, Lewis. How are you over there from Periscope? I hope you had a wonderful weekend. And we are back, and I'm so excited to be here. And now we are going to stretch our bodies. Now, I know that some people wonder why we do seated stretches, because not everyone can get up and jump up and down, but it's really just a good way to move your body around, stretch in the morning, and to get everything going, right? Good morning, Christine and Al. And let's see. I hope you tied your house down. I wouldn't want it flying away and landing on me. No, I was the good witch last week, but no, now I'm just me. Storytime Donna Vee, unicorn extraordinaire, and I think our houses are going to stay down. We're pretty lucky. I think our houses are heavy enough to stay on the ground. I hope. G, ground. Ooh, perfect reminder. G is the letter for today, and we should talk about some other words that start with the letter G, like goose. And I know, Frank, you're just being a silly goose, but goose starts with G. Check it out. Uppercase, lowercase. They look a little bit different than each other. A lot of the letters in the English language do, especially when you're writing them out. The English, the lowercase and the uppercase, right? So G for, let's just say, names like God, Gwendolyn, Garth, and then lowercase g is for good, goodness, great, thank you, Lewis. Yes, I know you're not really talking to me, but gorgeous, another good G word, awesome. So we know this, right? So let's start by reciting the alphabet and doing our stretches. So we'll start with some arm circles. We know there's 26 letters in the alphabet. The 13th letter is the letter Did you hear my phone ring as soon as I went like that? If I pick up my phone and somebody says M, that would be magical, okay? But I'm not going to answer my phone. It's my house phone. So M is the 13th letter in, and it's the middle of the alphabet. That's pretty cool, right? So let's do some jumping jacks, some arm circles, whatever it is that you want to do, whatever makes you happy. And if you can't move your body because of a disability, just remember, stretch your imagination. Maybe you might think of things like A is red, B is blue, C is yellow, D is purple. I don't know. E, yeah, E might be green. But just stretch your imagination, okay? Here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, switch, middle, N, O, P, Q, R, S, switch, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Very good. Now you know what we have to do next. Other healthy habits, besides waking up with gratitude, stretching, saying good morning to whoever's in your space, like you guys, and then, of course, brushing your teeth, so important, and then drinking water. Staying hydrated is really important. Delicious. I love water, especially my flavored water. It's really good. Good. Gee, good. Okay. Now we're going to say good morning to the kids. And there's so many kids on the list. See that? It's my good morning list. And I'm going to say good morning to the kids. And I'm going to ask Alpha Bear for help. Alpha Bear, why don't you come on over? Thank you so much. Alpha Bear, did you have a good weekend? I think you did. If you could just assist me, and anytime we hear somebody's name that starts with the letter G, we have to just tell them, shout it out, jump up and down, get excited, because this is your moment. It's your good morning moment. Here we go. Good morning, TJ and DJ and baby Lewis. Good morning, Julian, Matthew, Nicholas and Quentin, Ella, Ari and Luca, Lucia and Mia, Jax Lennon, Mark McCartney, Nina Starr. Hello. Oh, good morning from Periscope. How are you? Brianna, Lily, Alex, Hannah Lorraine, Seamus, Cooper and Tori, Liam and Harper, Tiffany, Emerson and Ollie, Colin, Lily and Hunter, Sophie, Giovanni. Your name starts with G? Giovanni. That's a pretty cool name. And do you understand that? Giovanni sounds exactly like the letter G, but it's also a different sound. It's the soft G sound instead of the G. Good. It's J. Giovanni. Sounds almost like the letter J. Then we have Graceland. Graceland is right after Giovanni, and Graceland starts with G, and it's the G, hard G sound. So good morning, Graceland. Kaylee, Joseph, Roscoe, Scarlett, Juliet, Regina, Jack, Allie, Andrew, Madison, good morning. We have Serena, Sawyer, Jane, and Liam, Lena and Sabino, Finn and Fletcher, Anzor and Kai, Zach, Willow, Samantha, Frankie Bunch, Vishaka from India, Penelope Snow, Nikki all the way from Maine, Sufane, Holland, Austin, Leah and Kristen from Johnstown, PA. Congratulations to your Eagles. Paisley, Presley, Liam, Vinny, Maggie, Isaac, Joseph, Patrick, Liliana and Melanie from Massachusetts, Jane and Liam. Lots of Liams. Melody and Kayla DiPietro, Patrick, good morning, Patrick, and Nico, Olivia Rose and Marin, Molly, James, or Allie, Emily, Jake, Kaylin. Oh, we have Tomas, Alec, Bailey, Michaela. Good morning, Bailey and Michaela. Tony, Ace, Ara, Amber, Bella, AJ, Angela, Fifi, Little Joe, Penelope, Rose. We've got Viviana, Bethany, Joe Jr., Caitlin, Ryan, Lucas, Isabella, Emma, Liv, and Blake, Jake and Maddie, Tabia, Max, and Luca from Germany, which starts with a G, V and Izzy, and of course, the two hearts that walk outside my body, Carly and Courtney, good morning. Wow, that was a lot. That was a lot of good mornings. I love that. We have to count and see how many kids we say good morning to every day. I think it's a lot. Yeah. Now, guess what time it is? Good morning. How are you this morning from Periscope? Ooh, we're pouring in from Periscope. I love it. Now it's time for another healthy habit along with good manners, which would be, you know what? It's vitamin time. What? Vitamin time. It's another great way to start your day. Don't forget, please and thank you. Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Bella, that's very nice. And you know what? I appreciate that. Now, I would love it if I got some help this morning on the page number for my favorite little yellow book, The Beginner's Guide to the Universe, right? G, guide, right there. Beginner's Guide to the Universe. And look, that's even like a fancier way of doing a lowercase g. Uncommon ideas for living an unusually happy life. Now, there's 7 to 157. Those are the numbers we have to pick in between because then we know we get the nugget of truth. Why do I have this book out right now? If it's your first time here, welcome. If it's not, welcome back. But this book helps me to practice good manners. I don't want to chew with my mouth open or talk with my mouth full. And what do I have in my little hand here? 2 vitamins that at random are either going to be 2 of the same or 1 of each when it comes to the color. Yeah, I wonder what it's going to be today. I don't know. But I do know that it's going to be delicious and nutritious. So thanks for helping me out with it. Let's check it out. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's a 1 of each day. I love a good 1 of each day. Wonder who's going to help me with a page number. Well, if nobody helps, then I'll have to pick 1 at random. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Lewis, you never let me down. He came in with page 71. Let's see what's on page 71 together, shall we? Okay, this is going to be good. That which curses you today will bless you tomorrow. That is, if you come to believe in curses and blessings in a world where there are only miracles. Said another way, the more challenges you face on any given day, the more happy dancing and high fives will follow. That's a good one. You don't have to know how you got yourself into any mess to know how to move from it. Just because you won't always physically see life's order, especially during crisis or when disappointed, won't mean that you could always deduce it must be there. In absolutely insane wall-to-wall proportions. I'm going to read that one again because I got a little distracted. Just because you won't always physically see life's order, especially during crisis or when disappointed, won't mean you can't always deduce it must be there. In absolutely insane wall-to-wall proportions. Got it. Got it. The only hint you might receive that you've begun living the greatest chapter of your life is that it might start feeling like the worst. Wait, what? That's so crazy. The only hint you might receive that you've begun living the greatest chapter of your life is that it might start feeling like the worst. Lewis, I have to change the page and see what's on 72 because usually it will continue with that lesson. Admit, confess, and atone before you have to, because one day you'll have to. And on that day, you'll realize it would have been far better to act and call out your naivete than wait for the ambush. Interesting. Okay, well, let's check it out. Now we have to find out what Frank's alliterative sentence was. I forgot all about that. I was a little naivete to that one. Exactly. All right. Here we go. Gorgeous Gwendolyn graciously greeted guests gathering in the giant garden. Gorgeous Gwendolyn graciously greeted guests gathering in the giant garden. Gorgeous Gwendolyn graciously greeted guests gathering in the giant garden. Gorgeous Gwendolyn graciously greeted guests gathering in the giant garden. That would be really cool, except for today would be a really windy day in the giant garden. And I would hope that they don't get blown away. Interesting. We have somebody named Fumble003 who looks a lot like Frank Wester. Good morning, gratitude, greatness, guilty, gorgeous, with a frog. Interesting. So we have lots of alliterative sentences. Very, very good. Good. All right. So now we read our sentences. We stretched. We took our vitamin. What should we do next? I don't know. I guess we should see what's going on with Bartholomew. I know. Some of you like if somebody else went first, but I will tell you, Bartholomew is my social distancing buddy extraordinaire. He's got to go first. And here he is. Bartholomew, did you have a good weekend? Yeah, good. Did you dress up for Halloween? That's awesome. I love that. Now, who should we wish love and light to today? I wonder who. Perhaps we should wish love and light to all those out there that maybe, I don't know, maybe they don't have a place to live. It's November, and we have to think about Thanksgiving coming up, and we have to think about the fact that we are going to be doing a benefit next week for comedy and for the food bank in Bloomfield, and not everyone is as blessed as we are to be in this warm house and to eat delicious food. Sometimes people are just not as blessed, but that doesn't mean that we can't help them and we can't pray for them, because we will. So why don't we do that today? Those less fortunate than us that don't have a social distancing buddy or a warm place to sit, that's who we should send love and light to. All right? That's what we're going to do today. Okay. I know IHN, Interfaith Hospitality Network, does a great job at helping those in need. And also, there's a church in Bloomfield that we will be supplying with food. And I think what I will be doing is reaching out today to talk to them about helping to give them some new books for their library, because I've been having a challenging time finding places to donate the books, considering that it's really frowned upon right now to be donating things because of COVID. So we want to just help the kids out. Yep. You want to feed their tummies and nourish their soul and their mind. All right, let's get the rest of the game. All right. Elephant never forgets. You never want to forget to think of others. Lammy, others might need a hug. And you know what? We could totally send them a virtual one. Cheeky Monkey. Cheeky Monkey is really awesome at taking away your blues. He's blue. He doesn't mind being blue. So you send him your sadness and he'll replace it with gladness. One of my favorites. My winged creature, my dragonfly, my symbol for my grandmother, and for those that I know have gone before us and come by and say hi. Then don't forget, Cecilia will heal you. If you're going through something right now and maybe you need a little extra healing, that's Cecilia's job. She's really good at that. Actually, if you know somebody that's not feeling well, needs to heal, sick, But of course, we know that Music Bear is also the most amazing way to change the entire day. You could put music on that you absolutely love, maybe a song that makes you reminisce, or something that just gets you inspired to do something really amazing, like clean out your closet and donate the clothes to people that need it. That's right. November is just a reminder to me for Thanksgiving and a season of giving. Somebody's missing. Let's see. Cheeky Monkey, Music Bear. Oh, we've got our Make-A-Wish unicorn. Make-A-Wish unicorn, because we love to make wishes for everyone. And even if you want to make wishes for yourself, you should always make a wish for somebody else. Okay? I think that's it. All right. I don't think we've forgotten anybody else. So are you guys ready? Here we go. On the count of 3, from your head, from your heart, and from your soul. We're going to send love and light to those in need. Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. Where's Piggy? Uh-oh. Under the rumble of books? Wait a minute. Do I have Piggy here? Uh-oh. Piggy fell. Okay, here we go. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. That was awesome. You guys are amazing. I love it. I love it. And I want to say thank you. And don't forget, if you have anything that you could donate, try to find a place local, if not otherwise, that might be able to take some things that you can help out, because this is when maybe that old coat that you haven't worn in a while, it would do somebody else better that doesn't have one. Or sweaters, jackets, boots, shoes, food, Yeah, there's a local food pantry. I guarantee it's somewhere in your town that could totally use some help, because right now, I know with everything that's been going on, donations are definitely low. We are going to do our part next Saturday night at the town pub, because we are going to be helping out locally. Maybe you could do the same where you live. All right? Okay. Ready? Let's see. Guess what time it is. Now it's time to breathe in our I am statements, and then we get to read some really fun books today. I'm excited. Yeah. Are you? You should be. Here we go. Oh, what's that, you ask? All right, so here it is. We take a deep breath in, say I am, and then I want you to say only positive things, kind of like in our book. I'll show you. What should Darla do? Darla shows us that when you say an I am statement, you want to make sure it's only positive. Hardworking, grateful, loved, confident, happy, bright, thoughtful, whatever it is that you feel that you want to say, we always say, no negativity, please. You ready? Here we go. I am grateful. I am excited. I am blessed. I am ready to read. Are you guys ready to read stories? I'm so excited. Today I have 3 books. I've never read them before, and I'm going to start out with this little sweet, cute one for the little kids. Sleepy Dog. This is the kind of day, I will say, that perhaps because it's windy out, you might want to just hunker down under a blanket on the couch and read a book. Right now, I'm going to read one for you. By Harriet Ziefert, illustrated by Norman Gorbati. I think that's how you say it. Time for bed, sleepyhead. Sleepy, sleepy, up to bed. Head on pillow, nose under covers, cat on bed. Kiss me good night. Aw, look at the mom and the baby. Turn on the moon and turn off the light. Good morning, Jim from California. You two have a great day. Sleepy, sleepy, sweet dreams tonight. I dream I am eating. I dream I am jumping. I dream I am running. Someone is chasing me. Help! Good morning, Melanie. Now I am awake. I need a drink of water. Sleepy, sleepy, back to bed. Tick, 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 the clock says, tick, tick, tick. The clock shouts, ring, 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 wake up. Ooh, the alarm sometimes is not my favorite. Turn off the moon, turn off the clock. Turn on the sun and turn on the light. Look at the little cat stretching. Good morning, cat. Time to play. Good morning, little dog. Aw, very sweet. Sleepy dog. That's for the little ones. Okay, now let's see. What should we read next this morning? I have, where did my other little letter G book go? Ah, here we go. This book has the letter G in it, not in the beginning of the word, but I thought this looked really super fun and cute. This is called Bug Patrol. Okay, so we had a little bit of a problem with the signal and I lost my internet. Yeah, I know. Now you can see me. Yes? Okay, good. All right, let's try it like this. Until I can get it back on the computer, we'll have to do it from the phone. But I wish I could do it from the computer because it's so weird. Let's try it again. So we're going to read. I know. Lewis said, oh no. Okay, I'm switching you. Sorry to get you all dizzy. Okay, here we go, guys. We're going to improvise. We don't give up here. Nope. No how. Bug Patrol. I love this book. This looks so cute, right? All right, here we go. Let's see. 9 a.m. Behind the wheel, riding in my bugmobile. My bugmobile. Coffee, cruller, cruise control. I'm Captain Bob. Bug Patrol. That's Captain Bob. He's got his coffee. He's got his donut. He's the bug patrol guy. I think that's so funny, though, actually, that he's got a crawler. 10:08, first alarm. Code 11, donut swarm. I'm not making it up. It's what it says. Urban ants acting rude, pushing, shoving for some food. They're surrounding that donut. Wee-oo, wee-oo, wee-oo. Bugmobile coming through. Stop. Rowdy ants, form a line. Show your manners when you dine. Take a crumb, do a deed, share it with an ant in need. Wow, that's what we just talked about. Look, he's got his big stop sign up. See that? 11:30, second call. Beetles jumping at the mall. Drivers in a parking race. Fender bender over space. Ooh, that's not good. Bug mobile coming through. Oh, I think we've got our internet back, folks. We do. There we go. We're back. Oh, now I got to turn it off here. Oh, no. This is like crazy. That was crazy because I had both sounds on and it was sounding like we were in a spaceship. Okay, so here we go. Woo, woo, woo. Bug mobile coming through. Now you can see the whole thing. Write an accident report. Hand out tickets. Temper short. Oh no. Everybody's upset. Naughty beetles, give a hug. Be patient with your fellow bug. 12:33, speeding spiders. Dodging traffic on lowriders. Wow, he's got a busy morning. Bug patrol, yeah. Things did get a little buggy. Things got a little bit buggy. Burning rubber, making noise, racing fancy urban toys. Wee-oo, wee-oo. Bug mobile coming through. Look at that. There's spiders on motorcycles. That's creepy. Spiders on motorcycles? Corner spiders in an alley. End of motorcycle rally. Perpetrators lectured fine. No more speeding. Peace of mind. Oh boy. That's a little wild. Grab a wrap. Walk my beat. 1:35. It's time to eat. Wave hello, shoot the breeze, catch up with the local bees. Honey's Diner, 3:15, sidewalk swell, picket line at a Roach Hotel. What? Families want a safer home where they're free to eat and roam. Wee-oo, 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 woo! Bugmobile coming through. Uh-oh. It's unfair to their family because they're roaches. See that? They don't want the Roach Motel. Take those roaches for a ride to a place more dignified, where food is free and homes are nice. Behold, the landfill paradise. Can you imagine? They're so excited because they want to go to the landfill because they're roaches. 4:53 emergency. Report of a mother missing flea. Uh-oh. Doggy shook a bit too hard. Little flea lost in yard. Wee-oo, 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 wee-oo. Bugmobile coming through. Use my magnifying glass. Find that flea in the grass. Oh, it's a little baby. Cradle him in my palm. Keep him safe. Call his mom. Doggy mom and her flea reunited happily. Look how little that little baby is. A little flea. Investigate. Party crickets up too late. 7:48. Party crickets. They just want to chirp and leap. Neighbors want a good night's sleep. Wee-oo, wee-oo, wee-oo. Bugmobile coming through. Are they doing a conga line? That's hilarious. Cricket congas. Megaphone turned up high. Play my cricket lullaby. Take it slow, drive through town. Party crickets, settle down. They look like they're going to sleep. 8 o'clock, time to run. Bug patrolling work is done. Hurry home to my nest and the bugs that I love best. Bug Patrol. That was a good one. Lots of wee-oo, wee-oo, wee-oo. That's my police car sound. Oh, look at that. I'll show you what I just found. Putting the cover back on the book. Dragonflies. My favorites. Thank you so much. Yes, that's very true. The most religious bug is the praying mantis. And I believe they are a rare and possibly on the list of extinction. And you cannot squish those bugs. It's against the law. Okay, now, I thought this looked really nice. This looks like a beautiful book. It's called The Girl Who Loved Wild Horses. Girl. G. Pretty artwork. The people were always moving from place to place, following the herds of buffalo. They had many horses to carry, the teepees, and all their belongings. They trained their fastest horses to hunt the buffalo. Yes, Paul Goebel is the author. There was a girl in the village who loved horses. She would often get up at daybreak when the birds were singing about the rising sun. She led the horses to drink at the river. She spoke softly and they followed. People noticed that she understood horses in a special way. She knew which grass they liked best and where to find them shelter from the winter blizzards. If a horse was hurt, she looked after it. Every day when she had helped her mother carry water and collect firewood, she would run off to be with the horses. She stayed with them in the meadows, but was careful never to go beyond sight of home. One hot day when the sun was overhead, she felt sleepy. She spread her blanket and lay down. It was nice to hear the horses eating and moving slowly among the flowers. Soon, she fell asleep. See? A faint rumble of distant thunder did not wake her. Angry clouds began to roll out across the sky, with lightning flashing in the darkness beneath. But the fresh breeze and scent of the rain made her sleep soundly. See the horses and teepees? Suddenly, there was a flash of lightning, a crash and rumbling which shook the earth. The girl leapt to her feet in fright. Everything was awake. Horses were rearing up on their hind legs and snorting in terror. She grabbed a horse's mane and jumped on his back. Ooh. In an instant, the herd was galloping away like the wind. She called to the horses to stop, but her voice was lost in the thunder. Nothing could stop them. She hugged her horse's neck with her fingers twisted into his mane. She clung on, afraid of falling under the drumming hooves. You could see the look on their faces. The horses are frightened. The horses galloped faster and faster, pursued by the thunder and lightning. They swept like a brown flood across hills and through valleys. Fear drove them on, leaving their familiar grazing grounds far behind. At last, the storm disappeared over the horizon. The tired horses slowed and then stopped and rested. The stars came out, and the moon shone over hills the girl had never seen before. She knew they were lost. Next morning, she was wakened by a loud neighing. A beautiful spotted stallion was prancing to and fro in front of her, stamping his hooves and shaking his mane. He was strong and proud and more handsome than any horse she had ever dreamt of. He told her that he was the leader of all the wild horses who roamed the hills. He welcomed her to live with them. She was glad, and all of her horses lifted their heads and neighed joyfully, happy to be free with wild horses. The people searched everywhere for the girl and the vanished horses. They were nowhere to be found. But a year later, 2 hunters rode into the hills where the wild horses lived. When they climbed a hill and looked over the top, they saw the wild horses led by the beautiful spotted stallion. Beside him rode the girl leading a colt. They called out to her, and she waved back, but the stallion quickly drove her away with all his horses. The hunters galloped home and told what they had seen. The men mounted their fastest horses and set out at once. It was a long chase. The stallion defended the girl and the colt. He circled round and round them so the riders could not get near. They tried to catch him with ropes, but he dodged them. He had no fear. His eyes shone like cold stars. He snorted and his hooves struck as fast as lightning. The riders admired his courage. They might never have caught the girl except her horse stumbled and she fell. He wanted him to keep her all to himself. She was glad to see her parents, and they thought she would be happy to be home again. But they soon saw she was sad and missed the colt and the wild horses. Each evening as the sun went down, people would hear the stallion neighing sadly from the hilltop above the village, calling for her to come back. The days passed. Her parents knew the girl was lonely. She became ill, and the doctors could do nothing to help her. They asked what would make her well again. She said, "I love to run with the wild horses. They are my relatives. If you let me go back to them, I shall be happy forevermore." Her parents loved her and agreed that she should go back to live with the wild horses. They gave her a beautiful dress and the best horse in the village to ride. The spotted stallion led his wild horses down from the hills. The people gave them fine things to wear, colorful blankets and decorated saddles. They painted designs on their bodies and tied eagle feathers and ribbons in their manes and tails. In return, the girl gave the colt to her parents, and everyone was joyful. Once again, the girl rode beside the spotted stallion. They were proud and happy together, but she did not forget her people. Each year she would come back, and she always brought her parents a colt. And then one year she did not return and was never seen again. But when the hunters next saw the wild horses, there galloped beside the mighty stallion a beautiful mare with a mane and tail floating like wispy clouds about her. They said the girl had suddenly become one of the wild horses at last. Today, we are so glad to remember that we have relatives among the horse people, and it gives us joy to see the wild horses running free. Our thoughts fly with them. A Navajo song about his horse. My horse has a hoof like striped agate. His fetlock is like a fine eagle plume. His legs are like quick lightning. My horse's body is like an eagle plumed arrow. My horse has a tail like a trailing black cloud. His mane is made of short rainbows. My horse's ears are made of round corn, and my horse's eyes are made of big stars. My horse's teeth are made of white shell, the long rainbow in his mouth for a bridle, and with it I guide him. Black Elk and Oglala Sioux had a dream in which he heard a stallion sing a song. My horse is prancing, they are coming. My horse is neighing, they are coming. Prancing, they are coming. All over the universe they come. They will dance, may you behold them. A horse nation, they will dance, may you behold them. That's beautiful. And I notice, look at 2x2, the mongoose, the little prairie dogs, the bunnies, the lizards, the horse. So this book is amazing. It's a story of a young Native American girl devoted to the care of her tribe's horses. And I think that was such a beautiful story, and I love the artwork. Should we read a bonus book today? Because we do have some time. Let's see. Which book could we read today? We have so many books over here. Let's see what we have. We do have Good Work, Amelia Bedelia. We could read a little bit of Amelia Bedelia today. How about that? Oh, the author is Goebel. Now I got it. I got it. Took me a minute. But thank you, Lewis. Good morning, Christopher Estrite. Congratulations to your Eagles. That's exciting. I saw part of the game, not the whole thing. But I will tell you, good for you. Okay, good work, Amelia Bedelia. Bonus book. Amelia Bedelia called Mr. Rogers. Is the coffee ready? Coming right up, said Amelia Bedelia. She poured a cup of coffee. She took it into the dining room. There, said Amelia Bedelia. Would you like something more? Yes, said Mr. Rogers. Toast and an egg. Oh, fine, said Amelia Bedelia, and she went into the kitchen. Very quickly, Amelia Bedelia was back. Mr. Rogers picked up the egg. He broke it over his toast. Confounded, Amelia Bedelia, he said. I didn't say raw egg. Whoa, but you didn't say to cook it, said Amelia Bedelia. Mr. Rogers threw down his napkin. Oh, go fly a kite, he said. Amelia Bedelia looked surprised. All right, she said, if you say so. Soon, Amelia Bedelia was out in the field, and she had a kite. Now, that was nice of Mr. Rogers. She said, I do love to fly kites, but I better get back. Mr. Rogers might need me. Sure enough, Mrs. Rogers was calling, Amelia Bedelia. Here I am, said Amelia Bedelia. There's a lot to do, said Mrs. Rogers. Do you know how to make bread? I make good cornbread, said Amelia Bedelia. No, I want white bread, said Mrs. Rogers. You are a good cook. Just do what the recipe says. All right, said Amelia Bedelia. Here's a list of other things I want you to do, said Mrs. Rogers. I'll be out until dinner time. Don't worry, said Amelia Bedelia. I'll get everything done. Mrs. Rogers left. I'll start with that bread, said Amelia Bedelia. She read the recipe. Do tell, she said. I never knew bread did magic things. Amelia Bedelia got everything she needed. Quickly, she mixed the dough. Amelia Bedelia set the pan on the table. Now, she said, you're supposed to rise. This I've got to see. Amelia Bedelia sat down to watch, but nothing happened. Maybe you don't like to be watched. I'll come back, said Amelia Bedelia. Let's see. Amelia Bedelia got her list. Clean out the ashes in the parlor fireplace. Fill the wood box. Amelia Bedelia went into the parlor. She cleaned out the ashes, and Amelia Bedelia filled the wood box. That's done, said Amelia Bedelia. What's next? She read, pot the window box plants. Put the pots in the parlor. Amelia Bedelia went outside and she counted the plants. Then she went into the kitchen. My goodness, she said, I need every pot for this. So she took them all. Amelia Bedelia potted those plants and she took them inside. Can you guys see what's wrong with this picture? She used pots and pans. Oh, Amelia Bedelia. That's just so silly. Now I better tend to that bread, said Amelia Bedelia. She went into the kitchen, but the bread still sat on the table. Now look here, she said. You're supposed to rise. Then I'm supposed to punch you down. How can I punch you down if you don't rise? Amelia Bedelia sat down to think. Maybe that pan is too heavy, she said. I better help it rise. Oh, no. Amelia Bedelia got some string. She worked for a bit, and that bread began to rise. That should be high enough, said Amelia Bedelia. I'll just let you stay there a while. Oh, boy. Amelia Bedelia picked up her list. Make a sponge cake. Oh, no. Amelia Bedelia read that again. I know about a lot of cakes, she said. Never heard of that. But if she wants a sponge cake, I'll make her a sponge cake. Amelia Bedelia put a little of this and some of that into a bowl. She mixed and mixed, and now for the sponge, she said. Amelia Bedelia got a sponge. She snipped it into small pieces. There, she said, into the cake you go. Well, soon the sponge cake was baking. I don't think Mr. Rogers will like this cake, said Amelia Bedelia. I'll make my kind of cake, too. He does love butterscotch icing, so Amelia Bedelia baked another cake. There now, she said, I'll surprise him. Amelia Bedelia put the butterscotch cake in the cupboard. She put the sponge cake on a shelf. She's definitely different. My, this is a busy day, said Amelia Bedelia. Let's see what's next. Call Akulu and ask him to patch the front door screen. Amelia Bedelia shook her head. Akulu can't patch anything, she said. I better do that myself. And she got what she needed. Hi, Mom. Good morning. And Amelia Bedelia patched that screen. Oh, Amelia Bedelia. Amelia Bedelia looked at the time. Oh, she said, I'd better get dinner started. Let me see what she wants. She read the list. A chicken dinner will be fine. Amelia Bedelia shook her head. What will she think of next, she said. Well, that won't take long to fix. Amelia Bedelia got everything ready. She set the table and she sat down to rest. Soon Mr. and Mrs. Rogers came home. Amelia Bedelia, yelled Mr. Rogers. Coming, said Amelia Bedelia. What is that awful cloth on the front door, said Mrs. Rogers. You said to patch the screen, said Amelia Bedelia. Can't patch without a patch. I tell you. They went into the parlor. All my good pots, said Mrs. Rogers. And the bad ones, too, said Amelia Bedelia. She potted the plants in the pots. Something caught Mr. Rogers' eye. He looked up. What in tarnation is that? He said. The bread, said Amelia Bedelia. I plumb forgot it. Do let me punch it down, quick. She climbed up on a chair, and Amelia Bedelia began to punch, and Mr. and Mrs. Rogers just stared. Oh, Amelia Bedelia. The bread plopped on the floor. Did I see what I thought I saw? Said Mr. Rogers. You did, said Mrs. Rogers. Hi, Yogi. Now, said Amelia Bedelia, dinner is ready when you are. Well, you can cook, said Mrs. Rogers. Dinner should be good. I hope so, said Mr. Rogers. I'm hungry. Just serve the plate, said Mr. Rogers. And Mr. and Mrs. Rogers sat at the table. Amelia Bedelia brought the plates. OMG. Oof. Mr. and Mrs. Rogers stared at the plates. But, that's cracked corn. It's all kinds of awful things, said Mrs. Rogers. You said chicken dinner, said Amelia Bedelia. That's what chickens eat for dinner. Mrs. Rogers was too angry to speak. Take this mess away right now, said Mrs. Rogers and Mr. Rogers. Mrs. Rogers said, serve the cake and coffee, Amelia Bedelia. And she did. Mr. Rogers took a big bite of cake. He sputtered and spit it out. What in tarnation is in that? He said. Sponge, said Amelia Bedelia. Mrs. Rogers said to make a sponge cake. It's actually very dangerous. Suddenly, Mr. Rogers laughed. He roared. Mrs. Rogers looked at the lumpy cake. She laughed too. But I'm still hungry, said Mr. Rogers. Well, I can fix that, said Amelia Bedelia. I have a surprise for you. Oh, no, said Mr. Rogers. I can't stand another one, said Mrs. Rogers. Amelia Bedelia brought in milk and her butterscotch cake. Ah, said Mr. Rogers. Hurry, said Mrs. Rogers. Give me some. Soon the whole cake was gone. How do you do it, said Amelia Bedelia. How do you do it, Amelia Bedelia, said Mr. Rogers. 1 minute we're hopping mad at you, and the next we know we can't do without you, said Mr. Rogers. Amelia Bedelia just smiled. I guess I just understand your ways, she said. Good work, Amelia Bedelia. Gee, good. Gee, good day. Gee, great stories. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And guess what? Now it's time for what? I know Lewis knows. He always knows. It's time for our hugs. So guess what? Put your right hand on your left shoulder and your left hand on your right. Give yourself a hug for me. Squeeze yourself so tight. And then it's our I am statement time. I am going to clean my room. I am excited. I am joyful. I am grateful. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you guys tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., when we go live for story time. And if you want, tonight, don't forget, it's Manifesting Monday on Practical Magic. See you tonight at 8 o'clock. Bye, guys. Have a great day. Aw, thank you. And you're welcome. And you know what? You guys. There you go. Have an awesome day. Happy Monday.